We're live. This is YouTube. I'm Rich Lieberman. And boy, have I got news for you. It's been this way for years now, but very, very pronounced now. And one of the many, many things that you should know about, and you're going to know about it right now, and you're not going to read about it or hear about it anywhere else. But here's the deal. Over at 900 Front, that's where ABC's local headquarters are, KGO Television, or better known now as ABC 7 Eyewitness News. You have a very embattled, controversial, unpopular to the max news director by the name of Tracy Watkowski Silva. She's been there several years. Certainly not based on talent, because if that were the case, she'd be long gone. And you have veteran anchor reporter, but mostly anchor, Kristen Z. Kristen Z and Watkowski Silva are joined at the hip. These are very, very juiced, shall we say, very prominent anchor news personality slash news figure. And when I say joined at the hip, what I'm saying is they both go hand in hand. They both lean on one another to inject their prominence, their importance, whether earned or not, at Channel 7. Z had a recent facelift because I guess she's nervous, leans on Tracy Watkowski Silva. Why? Because she knows she's not very popular. She knows that she has extreme vulnerabilities, which may have accelerated her decision to have a facelift. Go figure. She leans on Tracy Watkowski to give her plum assignments, to give her days off, to let her kind of roam around or not roam around, have some days off every now and then. You know, normal things that you can expect when you become a tenured individual at Channel 7, much like other companies, only more so the case at 900 Front. Z leans on Watkowski. And guess what? Watkowski leans on Z. How so? Well, Tracy, or as she is known sarcastically, Trixie, is very unpopular at Channel 7. She's extremely popular with people whom she regards as favorites, whom she goes out of her way to let them roam the land, who lets them have days off, even though a lot of staffers would love to have days off, but can't for a variety of reasons. Z gets cherished days off. Lee runs the newsroom in many regards, very prominent. You might say, well, she's been there over 30 years. Shouldn't she have that kind of favorable schedule? Well, to some degree, yes, but not in the manner in which she's allowed to operate at Channel 7. And guess what? This joined at the hip mantra has made its way into the forefront there at 900 Front, where people are openly scared, are downright fearful that if they piss off one or the other, and basically when you piss off one, you're pissing both off, the consequences are dire. I'm not making this into something that it isn't already. It's extremely dire. They just had another prominent reporter leave Channel 7, but it happens with frequency now because Tracy Watkowski Silva, again, she's the news director, does a lot of things that rub people the wrong way. Not just over the air, on the air personnel, but people off the air, editors, producers, executive producers. They are pissed off. There's a new general manager. He might want to make notes. Oh, wait a minute. He already has about who's running the show at Eyewitness Channel 7 News. Now, look, companies, no matter whether they're broadcast, no matter whether they're business, white collar, blue collar, this is a tendency to happen. It's called just the way of life. Yeah, but not this overt, not this dire, because it involves broadcasting. It involves Disney, which owns ABC7, which was the forefront of changing the name to Eyewitness News. Yeah, about as eyewitness as they come, my ass. Back to Z and back to Tracy Watkowski. They lean on each other, has pissed off the newsroom. Why? Because they are able to do things and run amok, which they largely have, to the not the betterment of the product, but actually the favoritism. The makings of favoritism is not good when the other side, the people that are not favored, the people that don't get cherished days off, the editors who have to work lengthy hours as it is, don't get the kind of treatment that they should be getting. Why? Because Z is downright, let's just say, sensitive, fearful herself, which is why she has to kiss the tuchus of Tracy Watkowski, so to speak. And why Watkowski often uses Z to lend her own influence, even though it's crappy, even though it has absolutely sullied the entire premises at Channel 7. Some of the more prominent people, like Dan Ashley, he doesn't give a damn. He's there because he's there. He doesn't have to kiss anybody's ass. Yet, when he's around Kristen Z, you better believe he tries to, because even though he has the tenure, even though he has the days and years, he doesn't want to piss off Watkowski, at least overtly. And Watkowski doesn't want to piss off Z. Let me tell you how prominent Kristen Z is. She was responsible for basically letting Dion Lim escape the premises. Dion Lim, you might remember her. She was the very prominent Asian American woman, Channel 7 anchor on the weekend, although she wanted to work during the more primetime weekday schedule. Well, basically, she got out of Channel 7 almost a year ago, largely due to the fact that Kristen Z thought she was a threat, made it overtly apparent that Dion Lim was a threat. What happened to Dion Lim? Bye-bye. That's what happened. She's no longer there. Now, look, when you have good ratings, when you have successful news slots, when you're doing okay, and generally speaking, Channel 7 does okay with the help of the schedule on ABC, ESPN, people look the other way. But Channel 7, all these reporters, they come, they go, they leave. I mentioned the other day about the fact of all these gender quality, ethnicity overt. Talent? What the hell is that? It's kind of in the background and it should be in the foreground. Should be on the front burner. It's in the back burner, on the back burner. Because you have two egomaniacs, one on the air, one off the air, who have each other's back. And that can be okay, but most of the time it's crappy. Why? It diminishes morale. It makes morale suck. It puts people out of work, literally. And what does that do? That screws up the entire process. That screws up the entire, speaking of morale, use your imagination. Yes, there is a new general manager. Is he aware of this? You better believe he is. He's going to pie and try to put this flame out of Kish at Channel 7. But until he does, it's pretty much the way it is at KGO, 900 front. They're joined at the hip. And that joint, that alliance has got a lot of people, frankly, pissed off and has worked not to the betterment of the product, but to the extreme opposite. You better believe, you better believe that morale is low at Channel 7 because not just of this, but this, my friends, is a large, large reason. It's favoritism run amok and it's destroyed the goings on at 900 front. Believe you, B. I'll talk to you later.